Then there is also satirical poetry. Satirical poetry is poetry that uses humor, irony, or exaggeration to criticize something or to ridicule something. For example, parody, mimicking the style of another work or writer for comic effect. Or burlesque, that comically exaggerates serious subjects or treats trivial subjects in a serious manner. These are all examples of satirical poetry. When a poetry is written without any rhyme or meter or anything, it's called free verse. Modern free verse uses natural rhythms of speech without a strict structure. There is also prose poetry. That is poetry written in prose form but maintains some poetic qualities like imagery and emotion. Most modern poetry is written in the form of free verse. So, free verse is written without any regular rhyme or rhythm. It sounds natural, it's almost like a conversation. For example, look at this poem, The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. So, this poem paints a single vivid image in your mind. The poem is actually one single sentence broken into different lines. Let's read the poem again. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. This is a poem written in free verse. Now let's talk about figurative language. Whenever you describe something by comparing it to something else, you are using figurative language. When you use a simile, metaphor, personification, imagery, hyperbole, you are using figurative language. Why do we use figurative language? In order to create an image in the reader's mind. That is the purpose of using figurative language. These are some of the most commonly used imagery devices: simile, metaphor, and personification. What is a simile? A simile is a figure of speech that compares two different things using like or as. For example, I wandered lonely as a cloud. My love is like a red, red rose. And like a thunderbolt, he falls. The water rippled like a shawl. The two objects are compared to each other using the words like or as. What is a metaphor? A metaphor is also a comparison, but it's a more direct comparison between two people, places, things, or animals. For example, the snow is a white blanket. The snow is being compared to a white blanket. If you say the snow is like a white blanket, that is a simile. And when you say the snow is a white blanket, that is a metaphor. Another example, the hospital was a refrigerator. Simply means that the hospital was very, very cold. The slide on the playground was a hot stove. That means the slide on the playground was very hot. The alligator's teeth are white daggers. The teeth of an alligator are compared to knives, to daggers. So these are all examples of metaphor. When we say the trees danced in the wind, we are attributing human characteristics to a non-human object, that is the tree. And this is called personification. When you attribute human or human-like attributes to a non-human object, that is known as personification. Another example, the stars winked in the night sky. The star just twinkled and you imagine that it is winking at you. So you are attributing some human characteristic to the star, which is why it's called personification. The sun smiled happily down at us. The sun is like a person who is smiling at us. The grey clouds cried drops of rain. Rain is here compared to a person's tears. So that is also another example of personification.